Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny and welcome to another haul video. Everything I'm going to be sharing with you today came from the King Street Flea Market in Strasburg, Virginia. So I spent a grand total of $55.20 on everything you're going to see right in front of me here. A couple things I did pay up for, but I know that they are going to make me some dinero. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what I got, shall we? This is really awesome. I've really been on a like an old bottle kick recently. This is Dreen shampoo, made by Procter & Gamble. I love the old labels on these bottles. They don't make them like that anymore, and that blue, gray, and that white are just fantastic. Gonna have to clean up the bottle a little bit because it's kind of oily and slick. I think this was actually the very first thing that I grabbed. This is Gala Beauty Soap for lovely skin. I was really attracted to that silhouette of that lady with the jet black hair. I mean, that is just classic 1930s, 1940s. It says, a fragrant skin soap for lovely women. Risley, New York, Chicago and New York. So what I think I'm gonna do is I may end up shrink wrapping this and just, preserving it so that way nothing happens to it, because, packages can get ruined and such. But I loved that. Now, some of you all may think, office supplies for sale, for resale, really? And it's true. Some stuff that they don't make anymore can bring you in some pretty good money. So I found this. This is Scotch Tape pop-up handheld dispenser. This is from the year 2008. So we're looking at about a 16 to a 17-year-old product. And I can't remember off the top of my head what this goes for, but of course anything that I wanted to put on eBay, or potentially put on eBay, I looked up to make sure it was worth buying. So, as was the case with these Pendaflex label clips, I got 2 of them. And also, I know that these were older, so I said, what the heck, let me just give it a quick look up and see what I can find here. So, again, I don't remember off the top of my head what these go for. If I find out anything, I will link it, like a screenshot of the listing for it. But these should be available in my store by the time this video goes up. Crossing my fingers. Then I found this new and sealed Texas Instruments. It says the BA2 Plus Advanced Financial Calculator. It's brand new from the 90s, so we're looking at about, 27, 28 years old. And it's never been used. I think this was worth about $20, $25 just by itself. So that was definitely a good pickup. And the fact that it's brand new and sealed is awesome. I also scored this really awesome salted nuts from the Peanut store. It's got Mr. Peanut on it. I think this is probably from the 30s or the 40s, if I'm not mistaken. I could be very wrong about that. Here's what the back says. Fresh nuts from the Peanut store, the National Peanut Corporation, 6-ounce net. So at one point they did serve peanuts in these. I loved the graphics on that box. Isn't that just awesome? I also snagged this Trinket box here. I don't know if somebody painted this years ago or if this is the original paint on it, because it is just, it's warped and you can see parts of the original gold on here. So I don't know if somebody painted this 80, 90 years ago to match whatever it is they had, and then the paint just peeled off over time, or if somebody did this in the 60s, because wasn't this kind of like a 60s color back then? Like that green, like that, almost like a sagey green was brought back at that time. Push comes to shove, I can probably get that off with some paint remover, paint stripper. I loved this. Anytime I find these tins, I like to pick them up. This is Blendwell crayons, and it was made in Sandusky, Ohio. And they also had, it looks like they had a branch in New York. But look at the bright colors on that. I think it's a little bit dented, but you know, what do you expect with something that's got some age to it? And how cool would that be displayed in an art room? I've had my eye on one of these planters for a while. This is one of those like deco style dancer girls. I think she was $14.99 if I'm not mistaken, so $15, and she was, I think, 15% or 20% off. So I went ahead and got her. I noticed there's a paint flaw right here. That is not a chip. I think that's just a skip from when they glazed her. But I love it nonetheless, and because I bought some stuff to sell and she will be paid for, I didn't mind paying up the $11 for her, so I was happy about that. This is probably my favorite piece from this haul. This is some rock candy. It's called Rock and Rye. This was made by the Dryden and Palmer Incorporated on Long Island, New York. It says Long Island City, New York. I loved the deco design of the label, and the the bottle it's in is really cool too. It does not have a year on it, I don't think. It just says it was done since 1880. But that is just an absolutely amazing piece, and I did pay $12 for that. But I felt it was totally worth it. So I want to thank you all so very much for tuning into my haul. I know it wasn't a whole lot of stuff, but sometimes you take what you can get, right? So if you happen to be interested in any of the items that I mentioned are for sale, they should be in my eBay store. The link to that is in the description box below. Stay tuned for another haul video. Make sure you all thumb up the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.